Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Alvin here. Let's talk about improvements in life. Like, for real man, how do you even improve yourself in anything? And for me, I'll be frank with you, from a person who's living paycheck to paycheck. You can click on the video over here. I wasn't really thinking much about improvement because I thought life was as it is, just going through life, why, paying for stuff, spending down my income and not caring, what goes on later down the road. And, when COVID hit, I realized that I needed to do something. And I had a vision to basically do more. But the issue is how to improve and how to do better. Setting a goal was one thing. The issue I have is I don't know how to go about getting there. Like for instance, I had many goals. Like from a person who has $0 in my bank account, I wanted $1 million. Then of course, for me, as you look at me, I'm a bit slim, a bit thin right now. Previously, I was at 90 kg. You can show this. I will show this picture of me being round and a bit obese. I was 90, then I dropped. Now I'm thinking about 70 kg. I've not really measured myself for a very long time. The issue is how to even go down and lose the weight. It seems impossible. And setting goals, doing it was one thing. How to go about getting there is another. That's where I was thinking it could be tough. Then when I was looking around, on YouTube, on social media, that's where I realized one thing was hampering me was social media. And unlike YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, what's the other one? TikTok, which I never really used at all. I realized that all these are distractions that you shouldn't have. I don't have any of those on my phone right now. YouTube is something that I diligently looked at, and somehow I got myself looking at, reading books. I never read books. I've never once, in my younger days, I was quite a naughty boy. I never studied. I was only just a passing grade for everything. Books, libraries. I don't even understand why I needed to even read any of the books. But then again, now I still don't read them. I'll be frank with you. But one thing caught my attention was audiobooks. And I stumbled on the Libby app. I stumbled upon Spotify, stumbled upon YouTube. These podcasts, which is an in thing now. I realized that I can actually, listen to people's life story. And one of those, experiences from all these people that are millionaires, that have made it, in society terms, they have something in common: cultivating good habits. And for me, that good habit, which I have none. I have a lot of bad habits, eating junk food, doom scrolling, watching TV, which I grew up since I always like to watch TV. I still do, to be very honest. The issue comes that breaking those bad habits, and breaking those bad habits is not enough. You actually have to replace them with good habits. And that's where this, book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, I listened to the audiobook. It makes total sense to me. I was diligently trying to improve my life, setting goals and everything. And then every time there's always a stumbling block because I couldn't get going. And then when this Atomic Habits, this book came about, talking about this 1% rule, where you can improve your life 1% at a time, every day. I was like looking at it, Junbo, sure or not? So I did it to myself. I told myself that I should do it. So what I did, was when after selling down my toys, because again I lost my job. You can click on the video card above that. When I lost my job, selling down my collection, had a lump sum of money. Keeping the lump sum of money is one thing, because for me, who is a spender, which again I talk in my videos, something needs to change, and that's not easy, because to even stop spending is a drastic change. Little by little, you actually need to replace that habit to become a saver. That's where I realized that it can be done. And how I did it was, being diligent in not looking at other people, not looking at social media, not looking at, other people's income, not looking at other people's life story. Even for my Facebook right now, I can show you I don't have any friends. I actually deleted all my friends. That's something that, if you are unaware, is a bit drastic. And that changed the feed of my Facebook to, quite frankly, a lot of things that I'm interested in. Not showing any of the so-called friends, which I had thousands of. I don't even know why I had thousands, so I just kept clicking add friend throughout the years. I realized that it's something that changed me, because now, without looking at friends, I can do more with my time. And that's where I never really spend much. Yes, I'm a toy collector. I've been figurine collecting all my life. But I actually stopped doing that also. I do see the opportunity to buy if the need comes. But for me, it's something that if it's worth your while, and then it's the progress that, how do I put it to you? If the 1% rule every day to improve yourself, it compounds. Like for me right now, let's jump a bit from what I'm doing now. Is I'm walking later. After this video is done, this filming is done, I'm going to do running. Running was something that was not inbuilt in me. I never exercised. Since young, from primary school to secondary school, the PE teachers would ask me to run. I would blindly just walk. I never really run. Running wasn't a thing that I don't really understand. I never really understand exercising. But for me, it's now to get fit, because I'm getting older. You can feel it in your bones at 40-year-old and beyond. You will get more tired. And for me to even be mindful of this is something that needs to be done. The 1% rule is, I realized that full-on running doesn't make sense to me. So what I did was, I started walking. I started walking to work. I started walking back from work. And that helped me basically do better down the road. So as I said, I started walking, and gradually, as I walked throughout, this whole time, walking to the work, coming back from work, you can feel it that you somehow want to do more. So I think progression is the key. Setting that goal helps that you want to lose weight. But how to lose weight is the littlest things. Like if you can't run, because I've seen many, even myself, when I start running first and trying to push myself to run and just go for it, at the end of the day, I'll puke, I'll vomit, my legs are wobbly, I feel faint, I want to die, I will lie down on the floor and just give up. I'll give up like 1 week, then I'll stop running 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I'll just forgo it. It has happened before. It's not like it's not happened. Then I realized I needed to jumpstart it and then go at it again, because I know it's healthy for me, because the littlest things that you can do for yourself is, once you don't have social media, once you don't have distractions in your life, you kind of want to you get bored. I put it to you get bored. So when you get bored, And then you don't go back to doom scrolling and looking at other people's friends because you feel, depressed, or you feel that you're not achieving enough. You want to improve yourself. You get the urge to improve yourself because you're not looking at anybody else. So that's where walking really helps me. It's not the system of it is right now for me to improve that 1%. It's somehow compounding, and as the Atomic Habits, the book says, every day you improve the 1%, it compounds 37 times, within a year. That is an example, because in life it's not a straight line all the way up. It never was. There's ups and downs. But like for me, when I learned trading is another thing I wanted to share over here is I've lost money. Everybody will say, oh, it's gambling and everything and all that. There's higher highs and higher lows for me. Right now, it's at a loss because I took a gamble and bet big on things. Luckily, I already budgeted out that this amount of money I can afford to lose. And why I say that is because I saved, I budgeted out that I want to make trading part of my life. I want to inculcate this habit of, looking at things, being more mindful of doing what I think is critical thinking as you move forward in life. Yeah, you can argue that, trading is all of market forces and everything, but if you go at it in the long game, like I say, improvements can be, 1% every time. And for me to even do trading, to even sell on eBay, to do another part-time job, pick and pack work, to do what else am I doing now? All this YouTube channel, all this is factoring into my life that I needed to improve. And with this set goals that I want to, do 3 videos every week, to even do selling on eBay every week, to even do my pick and pack work every alternate days, and trading every day. It seems daunting. I can have actually given up on everything, or it could have collapsed on its own. But I feel that as long as you're at it every time, you improve yourself by doing it, going at it, you are actually making your life better. That's where I believe this 1% rule comes into play. Like I mentioned, the goals give you a direction. It's like I said, I want to hit $1 million. Well, that's a bit of a far-fetched, you would think, but that goal, you have to set yourself high, like very high, 1 million. Now, I've done a video that I've actually hit 100,000, and I actually did more than that right now. So to hit 1 million, you have to keep improving. And with this 1% rule that keeps compounding, I have to put systems in place. And systems in place means that even though I am doing so many side incomes, it's like a job to me. It's something that you guys who are doing your 9 to 5 is systematic. I also have to be systematic in how I do my things. I'm also putting it out in this video to tell myself that I need to be systematic. Because I'm still all over the place a little bit. With this YouTube channel monetized, I know it's paying peanuts. Once I get, the actual pay from YouTube, I'm going to show and tell everybody on another video. This whole month has been, a long roller coaster ride. These 2 months. So for me to even be on YouTube is very humbling because of you guys. And again, systems, and to even hit the three videos a week, it's not going to be easy for me who's juggling so many sides. And even for anyone who plans to do it on top of a 9 to 5 job, because editing, which you all must learn, you all must do it, because editing in the open market to ask people to edit is expensive, and you need to learn at least to know how to edit, because editing helps you understand where you're getting wrong in your videos. Like for me, in the start of my YouTube journey, I stutter a lot. I can blame on my short tongue, I'll be very frank with you, but again, 1% improvement comes a long way, because as I keep talking to this camera, I improve. I believe I so. You can comment down below, whether I'm not improving or not, but I believe so. And yeah, systems help me to be more mindful of what I do in life and be better in life. So that's where I'm coming at consistency. Consistency with doing this YouTube channel. I'm giving myself until the end of the year, and if it does better, I will keep continuing. I mean, for me, I'm happy to even do all these videos, because you guys are also very supportive with me, through the likes, the dislikes, to the comments. I'm very, very humbled again by all the experience, and I believe I'm improving. Even if I'm not improving, at least I'm not making myself worse. So that's that. With our consistency, to get better results, you have to be consistent. That's where the 1% rule comes to mind. The power of it, the 1%, getting better 1% at a time. Let's rewind and talk about my habits for a second. I have a lot of bad habits. A lot. I don't brush the teeth. See, my teeth are yellow. I will talk about that, because I went to the dentist quite recently to pull out my wisdom tooth. There will be another story altogether. Stay tuned for that. That's where the budgeting comes into play. For me, I don't brush my teeth. When I was young, I don't eat right. When I was young, I play games. I don't sleep. I do so much. But I got so much bad habits that it's not easy to get rid of. You might fall into the trap of just not doing it at all. Just falling by your wayside and just staying put and doing nothing. Doing nothing while with your bad habits is bad. That's a given. I will talk about doing nothing and getting rid of bad habits in another video also, which I plan to do. But for now, for me, habits that have changed into good habits, and I'm still trying to improve some of the bad habits or get rid of them, because it's not easy. Like I say, there's a highs and higher lows, and then it will get to you because it will come back to you. It's like smoking. Smoking is something that if you can't get rid of, you need professional help to get rid of. It's not easy on your own. For me, I've looked to YouTube for self-help. Looking for self-help is another problem altogether. You will Google, how to, achieve $1 million, or you want to slim down, you want to lose weight. Then there's so many advertisements all trying to sell you a training course, or even, sell you a product that, to me, it does not work at all. It's all you. So for me, I've actually hunkered down, this one whole year of actually focusing on myself. Yes, focusing on myself may not necessarily mean that I have to keep doing it like crazy, like all in, lose weight. That's not going to happen. I've actually lost weight, throughout the few years over here. Like within the 4 years, I've lost 20 kg. Like losing 20 kg over a few years, 4 or 5 years. Building my finance to 100,000, before I'm 40. Even doing so many side incomes across these few years. All this is changing bad habits, improving myself 1% at a time, to even be mindful that it can go by the wayside, being mindful, being intentional, and just keep at it. The reason this video is even here to begin with is to even remind myself and to remind anyone who is following on this journey with me that you are not alone. Everyone has their ups and downs, It's whether you can hit the higher highs to come down to the higher low, because if you keep grinding, you eventually need to take a break. That's a fact. That's how I learned from trading. You actually will need to hit a certain height to come down, and then you can keep going higher again. It's never once a long straight line. It never is. Atomic Habits by James Clear says that 1%, every day to improve yourself. You can do within a year is 37 times. In life, that's not possible. And same can be the truth with, not improving yourself. It can also go downhill from there. You degenerate 1% at a time. Every day, you will fall by the wayside. But as you, again, in trading, because it's a long game, like my eBay, my trading, my side incomes, any of my side incomes that I venture into, even this YouTube channel, it's all the long game. Long game means I am committing myself to do it, to improve myself every time. Even talking to you in this camera, with this iPhone that I have, I believe that anyone, as long as you have the system in place, you have a goal that you actually want to hit, you are mindful of the fact that the progression is the one that you have to keep at it, not hitting milestones. I mean, of course, you have to celebrate the milestones. Like for me, 100,000 when I hit it was a milestone. YouTube channel monetized, with the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours is a milestone. What I'm getting at is, don't celebrate too much about it. Be mindful that it is there, but keep going, because you can fall by the wayside if you're complacent. So that's where I think my interpretation of the 1%, the power of the 1%, improvement is needed for us humans to get better in life. So, in short, this power of the 1%, improving 1%, one day at a time, it involves consistency. It involves setting your goal, reaching, trying to set a goal as high as possible. I know it could be tough, $1 million. How can it have so many zeros? But start small, like really small. Do, the 1%, like start saving, start budgeting, start saving, start, investing as early as possible to reach that goal. To lose weight, to start small, like walking. Start with walking. All the littlest things is the progression, the system that you have in place, and keep at it. Is going to do you good in the long run. For me, even for this YouTube channel that I'm doing, it's something that I, like everybody in their car right now looking at me, wondering why am I holding this iPhone backwards, talking to this phone. I'll be honest with you, it feels quite scary, I'll be frank, and I do still feel it sometimes. But again, be mindful that it will improve you, and it has improved and made me a better person talking to this camera. And the fact that I am committing myself at it, I mean it for the long game. It's not a short-term thing. I've been scammed before, just doing it, everything quick, and it did not work out at all, losing money. That will be another video altogether. And as I want to cut this video off by telling you guys that if this average 40-year-old who is going through a midlife crisis, doing YouTube videos, talking to you guys on this very iPhone that I just bought, this iPhone that is considered a luxury item, to me. But again, I budgeted it out, to make a point that as long as you are committed, consistency, being setting your goals high, going through the things that you can be happy about, and be happy about it. Yes, that's one thing. The 1% rule, you need to be happy doing it. And if it's not one that you are happy doing it, even that 1% rule will feel like a chore. So I put it to you, it's 1%, the power of 1%. If it's good for you and you're happy about it, go for it. So comment down below if you think that this 1% rule is improving your life, or for me, if I'm talking nonsense, you can always comment down below. And if you think this video is helpful in any way, you can like, you can share the video, you can subscribe to my channel, and as I do again, I'm committed to doing this. I'm putting out videos Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, and sometimes on weekends, because I got a lot to say. Right now, it's a lot to say, and for me, I appreciate every single one of you who have been supporting all this while. And to you guys who are new to my channel, stick around, as if you think this 40-year-old has got too much to say. Take care everyone, I'll see you around. Bye bye.